I try to remember that day. I was in this opening of this event. It was huge expectation without any real ground, because we didn't know what will be there, it was American exhibition, so everybody wanted to go there. And I remember that even in the opening, where the access was very limited, it was so many people, and it was such big crowd. When this crowd moved from this dome to the crystal pavilion, the KGB just stopped there. They closed the door and left my mother behind the door. because they was very scared about my father, about the vice president, that this crowd would just crack them. And this crowd was all the time there. And really, when people left the exhibition, as I remember, it was the feeling of disappointment. Not because the exhibition was wrong or bad, because this expectation was so high that when you were coming there and then you saw really what was, it was not a dream, it was not the Wizard of Oz there, it was real people. They think, oh, they're the same. And then I tried to remember what was, I remembered others. And before left, I called some of my people, my friends who living here, what they remember after the 15 years. And one of them, she's the scientist, the same as me. Her name is Galina Levina, and she was 13 years old. She remembered the books. She told it was different than other exhibition. It's so good books, you can touch and open all these books. She don't remember the American home. She told me maybe some home, or maybe it was some quarter. Everybody remember Pepsi-Cola. And they don't like this. Most of them say that it is smell like shoe wax. I don't know why. I didn't try it because I was there with my father too, but it was such a big crowd that I was not allowed to taste it. My wife, she was 12 years old at that time, and she told she was very good-looking small girl, so she gave her Pepsi-Cola and want to make the photograph with her. So they asked then, how do you like it? And she told, I want to please them and so that I like it very much. But really, it was oilish and too sweet. It was too hard. It was another, she was 20 years old. She was the student on the English language named Mila, and she told, they make the chewing gum. I also don't like chewing gum, but it was so prestigious to chew it that I chew it all the time. It was free. It was the Tamara, 28 years old, and she told that she remembered that they gave the ball pen there, and for free. But she didn't go there because she was afraid of KGB. Her father was arrested, and she decided to avoid all the things. My friend Volodya, he was 25, and he was a computer engineer. He also remembered Pepsi-Cola, but of course he remembered Ampex. He told it was something that was impossible. You see these tapes and the color. It was another, my friend, he was a student of the art and sculptor. He was 20, and he remembered also Pepsi-Cola, but more he remembered kvass, the Soviet beverage. He told us the best kvass in Moscow when he tried it all his life was on the exit of the American exhibition. So many of them remember it. What they remember what they can touch, and which they have the real access, because the idea that will show the American life, that the Americans living better than Soviets at like department store, didn't remember it because we remember what we can then take with us. And if you see something in the department store, you cannot buy it. You're forgetting this. I was there. I remember something, this cinerama, some vision of the home, but I don't remember kitchen debates at all, even sitting there. But I was witness such debates so many times. For me, it was very common. And then, of course, what I remember, it was this red American sport Corvette car. This is, remember many of this. The problem that at that time, it was true that Soviet people want to see real American achievements, the excavators, I don't know, planes and others. And they did not see it. But it is different culture because our life at that time was not the consumer society, it was more sacrifice society for the future and what they have, what they will have achieved. But what was the difference? This public diplomacy, it was most important idea of the President Eisenhower. I will remind you what was 1954. It was such man named Marshall McDuffie. He was the representative of UNRWA in Soviet Union. It was United Nations Relief Organization that support recovery after the war. And he was in Kiev, and he met with my father, and they had a good relations. In 1953, he wrote a letter to Khrushchev that he wanted to go to the Soviet Union. What was happening with him? He told one day he retired at that time, living in New York City. It was knocking his door. It was two men, looks gloomy, in the dark fedora. They told, we came here to New York from Washington, D.C., from Soviet embassy, because we have the order from the Khrushchev to deliver Soviet visa to you. So I invite them there, and they put visa in my passport, and they told, may we ask a question, who are you? Why we received this order that nobody going to this country is not allowed? And he told, no, I'm a friend of Khrushchev. I sent him a letter, and so now I'm here. In 2 days, he have another ring in the door. And it was another two people came there, also looks not very bright, and they told, we're from State Department. They told, we heard that you want to go to the Soviet Union. He told, yes, and you received the Soviet visa. So yes, can you show it to us? He told, I opened the passport, and they look at this, and then they couldn't do nothing with visa, so he opened the first page and put the stamp cancel on my passport. But at last, with his connection, he went to the Soviet Union, and he wrote a book, he met with Khrushchev, he showed this world when he was in Kharkov, and he wanted to make the advertising of the Soviet champagne. And he was arrested by the local police because they told these two men there near this advertising. And he told, you're not allowed to make photograph of the people. And then they told, but Khrushchev permitted me. And he had the letter from Khrushchev asking everybody to support them. And he still spent the full day in this police office until they called Moscow and asked, is this true that was Khrushchev's signature there? So it was big changes. Now I have only 2 minutes, and I have so many things to say, that I think that it was very important in that time. Even it was kitchen debates. And even that kitchen debates, I think, is fully exaggerated. That was mostly created of the President Nixon electoral campaign. But we see how important the media, when they're showing this, the same as the Khrushchev banging his shoe, that everybody think that they saw it, and then would make this research on this, that it's really never happened. It was shoe there, it was Khrushchev there, but not would know about this. So it was very pleasant to meet here. It is very pleasant that I now, not just first time looking at the American exhibition and thinking it is the American car, that I'm here and teaching American students, and I like them, and I try to explain them what is Russia real, and I think that this is very important because we're very different civilization, and when we'll better understand each other, it will be much easier to live together. Thank you.
Thank you.